Hi guys, how are you doing? Me and Chi Chi say hello. Oh, she doesn't like that. It's okay, Baba. Okay, so it has been a few months since I've posted an update for you. I'm now about 7 months recovered from my sexual reassignment surgery. Yay! It has been one hell of a roller coaster. One hell of a roller coaster. I have never felt as scared in my entire life. I have never felt as happy, as excited, as liberated, and as truly vulnerable as what I have these past couple months. Got home from surgery, all of a sudden it felt very, very real, if that makes any sense. And when I was recovering, I was watching a lot of other girls on YouTube, and you shouldn't do it, but I was comparing my recovery to theirs. And I recovered a lot slower than a lot of those girls. I'm not that much older. My body had never had a surgery before. I think there was an element of shock that was involved with my body. My body just kind of freaked out. I was popping painkillers, I was popping Valium, I was popping laxatives because you have to be on laxatives for a little while after surgery. You're in so much medication, you're in so much pain, everything is completely new. And it's really unusual because women say, even when I was meeting them, now you know what it's like to have a baby. Trust me, a baby would be easier. It took me about 9 weeks before I could tie my shoelaces. About 9 weeks. I couldn't sit down comfortably till about 4 to 5 months, maybe, and even then there was still swelling. It just, I don't know, no one seemed to kind of mention that in the videos that I had been watching, so I kind of want to put that out there that you might not heal as fast as someone else, you might not heal as uh, I don't want to say as well because I think everyone has their thing, you know, I mean, it is a major operation. Everyone has their thing that they wish had healed a little bit differently. But I am, now I'm very happy with how I look. I'm happy that I can sit down properly. I'm happy that I can take this little gremlin out for a walk. Oh, what words do you know? Watch this. So, Baba, where's the pussycat? Where's the pussycat? Pussycat? She loves cats. Hates other dogs. Hates other dogs. Loves cats. But my friends have been absolute angels. Um, I mean, one of my friends, I text him about 3 in the morning saying I'm really freaking out, and he called me and stayed on the phone for about 2 hours. And one of my friends really helped me get my shit together and leave a situation that was very unhealthy for me. And some other friends that were there when I would send them pictures like, do you think this looks normal? Like, do you have this? Does that look okay? And for that, I am more than eternally grateful because Jesus, these people helped keep me up. People that were there for me, they are my friends. The people who couldn't have given a rat's ass, it really wakes you up. You'll really wake up to the people that don't really care about you. And a couple of things I had to deal with along my healing. Family weren't very supportive. I had to uproot and I had to get my stuff together and I had to move, which was thank God for my friends. Thank Jesus that I had friends that would help me like that. Here's something that I have noticed. Dilation is different for Americans than it is people in the UK because of the dilators. And again, I'm going to go through that in another video. So personally, I dilated 3 times a day for about 11 weeks, 12 weeks, maybe 13. Then I dilated 2 times a day up until a couple days ago. So I was dilating 2 times a day up until about 7.5 months. Again, when you read the dilation, it's all subjective. Some people can go down to one dilation sooner. Some people it will take longer. It took me a little bit longer. I wasn't rushing myself. Everything else took longer, so I was more than prepared for that. It's very nice to be able to spend that extra hour and a half in the morning on my hair, my makeup, other stuff that I was to get done. I don't understand how people can dilate 2-3 times a day and function. It's too much. Oh my god, the amount of lubricant I have went through. KY Jelly should sponsor me. Like literally, it should be my vagina on KY Jelly, the tub. I should sponsor it. That and Johnson & Johnson baby wipes, or any other brand you choose to use. The amount of product you go through. You know what I never prepared for? Kitchen towels. You go through kitchen towels like that. And you need the good stuff, because if you use the cheap ones, you just use hundreds of them. Buy the good paper towels. That's a good tip. Dilation is terrifying. I was terrified of dilation. I thought it was going to be so painful. I will say, again, I took longer than other people. Dilation is really painful for about 3 weeks. I found it painful for about 3 weeks, and in the hospital, I couldn't get the dilator in. I kept the first one for some reason. I could always get my first one in. Second one, I really struggled, and on the night after, was it the night after? The night after I got my pack out, I was trying to dilate and I started crying, and I called the nurse and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why this is so hard. I've watched all these videos, I've read all these stories, I've read all this information. Why can't I do this? I know what's happening down there. And I just, for some reason, I completely freaked out. And so I'm just happy that now my life can get back to a little bit more normal. And I took my time. I wasn't allowing anyone to rush me. And there were things that happened along the way that were not planned. And it entirely 100% jeopardized my mental health, it jeopardized my physical being, and it jeopardized everything that I had gone through. You know, I had waited all these years and my family were not being supportive. I was put into a very hostile situation, and I had to leave that, unfortunately. So that's a part that I think advice I would give to someone else would be try and put yourself in a situation where you are safe for 3 months. Go stay with a friend, go check into some sort of long-term Airbnb if possible. Make sure that you can clean things, and make sure that you can completely control your environment, because I found that so important to my recovery. Aesthetically, I am so happy with my results. I have shown a couple of my friends and they all kind of say that, oh my god, it's so tidy, it's so neat and tidy, it looks like a little porn star. So I am more than happy with the way that it looks. It looks beautiful. One thing that I was so paranoid about was sensation and function. When I was in hospital, I felt like my clitoris was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It was going fum, 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 and I was like, oh my god, I can feel that. And I was so horny. Like, I was so horny. I have never in my life been that horny. And you just can't do anything about it. You wouldn't know how to do anything about it. And I had my first orgasm. I've been talking about this on YouTube. I had my first orgasm about 5 months, I think. I think it was about 5 months until I had an orgasm. And it was really like, oh, I think I had one. Was that one? And it was really faint at first. And I told my doctor, and he said, just keep trying, it will get stronger. And I thought, even if I can have something, I'll be happy. But since then, I can do it on command now. It takes me about 10 minutes, and I can have an orgasm. And I will say, orgasms now are stronger than what they were before. I don't know how, but they are. And it's much more satisfying. So, yay! My 7-month update, just to let you know that I'm here, I'm alive, I survived, getting back to normal now. And I want to say, well, if you're going to go through this, I support you 100%. I know that in my last video I had an awful lot of people commenting that it was unnatural, that it was against God's plan. You know what? If you're going to have a heart attack and you allow a surgeon to intervene, it's the same thing if you are, I view it as being the same thing. I had gender dysphoria and a surgeon, a marvelous, amazing surgeon stepped in and corrected that. C'est la vie. I love you guys. If you're going to go through this, do not worry about things that come your way. You know, you're immortal, you have life to live, and remember that life is beautiful and there's a lot to live for, and the world is a lovely place and you are going to be in it and exploring it the way you want to be. So friends that don't support you, family that don't support you, fuck them. You can do it. And I support you, and I know the other girls on YouTube support you. That's why we do these videos. We want to show our stories and our experiences so that we can fill that little void of loneliness that I think we all have, the fear that we all have, because that's one thing that does connect us. All trans women have this vulnerability in the sense of you do feel quite alone. It's an unusual thing to go through. Not a lot of people understand it. Not an awful lot of people can connect to it. Not a lot of people have a lot of empathy for what we go through. But together, united, we can make it less scary. I love you. And Gigi loves you too. She hates being picked up. Don't you, Baba? But yes, I love you, and I shall see you soon.